Everybody's used one too, and well, wanted to go into depths of another thing that always sort of traumatized me as a kid, and one of them, which a cartoon kind of parody about. I'll talk about that here in a minute, and why I think it's hilarious. And of course, you guys are big Anamaniacs fan. You go and find out what it. If you're not, you should watch the episode. So back in the day, my mom had when we could rent movies. Now, this was before I knew about the bad as hell, basically. Um, and it's the movie is called All Dogs Go to Heaven. I've talked about this in previous episodes. How it's dark. It's just the entire movie's good, but there's one particular scene that traumatized me for the longest time. Not the big lipped alligator scene. No, I loved that stupid thing. Now we're talking about when Charlie has a dream and dreams about going to hell. Now, I'm going to say this once and only once. I like cartoons that give a bit of a comedic effect to it, like Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny. But this one, I think, kind of went overboard. So, in the movie, Charlie Misco dies and goes to heaven. But after a long, like, when after a little bit of that, when he's like, I'm going back. I gotta get back at this guy at Carface. So he does, but he's warned he can't come back. So what happens? We see his watch break. Now, obviously, this is the scene that is infamous for scaring the hell out of kids. I don't care if you were scared by the big lip. I'll, I'll get a moment from that movie. I'm talking about the scene that traumatized me so bad that I locked it out of my mind for years. I didn't even remember the movie because it was so traumatizing. And my buddy one time was like, "You want to watch All Dogs Go to Heaven?" I'm like, yeah, sure. And then it clicked. I was like, "This is that movie. Like this is that movie." Another movie, I, it's but kind of not. Um, it's called A Mouse and His Boy, and in the movie, or if you call it a movie, it's about to a wind-up toy. Okay, now I know wind-up toys aren't real, but in the movie, it kind of think they are because they're moving around without nobody knowing, and it's magic, obviously. So towards like the center of the movie, this villain breaks him. That traumatized me. I was like, holy crap. And seeing the villain like looking down at them like he was like obviously unaware of what he just did. And then I know probably all of you are familiar with the movie Bambi. Now, I still love that movie. I've loved it for years. But there's one scene in the entire movie. I can't show you it because of copyright. But, and this is coming from Disney, Walt Disney himself. Not all movies have to have a happy ending. For, I mean, there is a happy ending at the end, but all characters come back from the dead. So The scene in question is the death of Beverly's mom. The Nostalgia Critic has talked about it, and I'm still traumatized by that part of the movie. I can't watch that scene every year. I know I'm a hunter, but I can't watch that scene and not feel some sadness for the kid. I mean, it's a Disney movie, so obviously, yeah, I'm gonna be sad. And this is probably the only reason that Animaniacs kind of restored it for me. So the scene, it, the scene is redone in I don't remember the name of the Animaniacs short, but Slappy Squirrel and Skippy go to see a parody of the movie called Bumby. Now, same as the movie, Bumby's mom gets shot, and Skippy is sitting there watching the movie, and he is traumatized by this scene. The entire episode, he's crying, he's bawling over this scene in the movie. Again, being a kid, when I was a kid, yeah, it traumatized me. And I still think about that scene. So, what does Slappy do? Does he say, "Oh, come on, it's just a movie, kid"? No. She takes him to go see Bumpy's mom. I'm not kidding. She is absolutely alive in this movie, in this universe. And Slappy's like, "Oh, you're not the real her." In front of his eyes, she turns into the character she played. So anyway, those are the scenes that traumatized me. There are a bunch of other scenes that traumatized me, but some of them aren't. One of them is not animated. If you guys want to hear about that one, leave it in the comments. I'll tell you about it later. If you guys have any scenes that traumatized you as a kid, let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and look up that episode of Animaniacs. It's so heartwarming. I love it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys in the next video.